Welcome to the How-To Factory, the channel where we reveal the secrets behind how your favorite foods, drinks, and everyday essentials are made. Golf balls. Smooth, round, and deceptively simple. From the rolling hills of St. Andrews to championship courses around the world, these little spheres are essential to the game of golf. But what gives them that perfect balance of flight, spin, and control? How do manufacturers make something so small perform with such consistent precision, shot after shot? Today we're heading inside the factory to discover how golf balls are made, from core to cover, mold to machine. But before we tee off, let's rewind the clock. Golf balls have come a long way since the sport's humble beginnings in 15th century Scotland. The earliest balls were made of wood, typically beech or boxwood, and they didn't fly very far or very straight. By the 17th century, players used featheries, leather pouches stuffed with boiled goose feathers and hand-stitched. These balls were costly and inconsistent, but offered better flight. In the 1800s, a major shift happened with the introduction of the gutta percha ball, made from the dried sap of Malaysian trees. It was cheaper, could be molded, and introduced the idea of surface texture as players discovered that scuffed balls flew better. This led to intentional patterning, and eventually, the development of dimples in the early 1900s. From there, the modern golf ball began to evolve rapidly, incorporating new materials, aerodynamic design, and multi-layer construction to improve distance, spin, and feel, fine-tuned to the needs of beginners and pros alike. And before we get into the science and engineering of today's golf balls, don't forget to give that like button a solid drive down the fairway, subscribe to the How-To Factory, and tap that notification bell like it's your trusty putter on the 18th green, so you never miss a swing at how the everyday becomes extraordinary. Now let's dive into the factory floor. At the heart of nearly every modern golf ball is the core, the engine that powers its performance. Most cores are made from synthetic rubber compounds that are precisely mixed to create specific compression levels. A softer core gives more feel and control. A harder one, more distance. The rubber mixture is formed into small spheres and cured in molds under heat and pressure, creating a dense, springy center. Some balls have a dual-core or multi-core system to optimize both distance off the tee and control around the green. Next come the mantle layers, additional rubber or plastic layers that surround the core. These help transfer energy from the club face to the core and control how the ball spins. High-performance balls may have 2 or even 3 mantle layers, each engineered for a specific effect, like reducing driver spin or increasing iron control. Then it's time for the cover, the outer shell of the ball that you actually see and feel. Most covers are made from one of 2 materials: Surlyn, a durable ionomer resin used in distance balls, or urethane, a softer material favored in tour-level balls for its spin and feel. The cover is molded around the core using high-pressure machines. It's during this step that the ball gets its signature dimple pattern, carefully engineered and tested to control lift and drag. A typical ball has between 300 and 500 dimples, arranged in symmetrical patterns to keep its flight stable. Once molded, the balls are cooled, cleaned, and polished. They then move to the painting and printing stage, where they receive multiple coats of durable paint, a clear finish for protection and branding, including the manufacturer's name, ball model, and alignment aids. But before they're boxed up, every batch undergoes strict quality control. Balls are tested for weight, roundness, compression, dimple depth, and bounce. Some manufacturers even use X-ray machines to detect internal flaws invisible to the naked eye. High-end golf balls are also put through robotic swing tests and wind tunnel analysis to ensure consistency across every shot. And like everything else, golf balls are going green. More companies are now experimenting with eco-friendly materials, including biodegradable cores and recyclable packaging, and some new brands are exploring plant-based or water-soluble options that reduce the environmental impact of lost balls on courses and in nature. So the next time you tee one up, remember, you're not just hitting a little white ball. You're launching a marvel of chemistry, physics, and precision engineering. From hand-stitched leather to multi-layer polymer perfection, the evolution of the golf ball is a testament to centuries of innovation, all in the pursuit of the perfect shot. Crayons. Waxy, vibrant, and packed with personality. Whether you're filling in a coloring book, sketching your next masterpiece, or just breathing in that nostalgic scent from a freshly opened box, crayons have been sparking imagination for over a century. But have you ever wondered what gives them their bold colors, perfect texture, and signature smoothness? Today, we're heading inside the crayon factory to see how these colorful sticks go from melted wax to masterpieces in the making. But first, let's rewind. The history of crayons goes further back than you might expect. Ancient civilizations like the Egyptians and Romans used a mixture of beeswax and pigments to decorate surfaces. Fast forward to the 19th century, and artists were using oil pastels and wax-based drawing tools, though these weren't designed for kids. That all changed in 1903, when the Binney and Smith Company introduced the first box of Crayola crayons, offering 8 colors for just a nickel. Their goal was simple: create a safe, affordable, and clean drawing tool for children. The formula they created, a blend of paraffin wax and non-toxic pigments, became the gold standard for crayons across the world. Since then, crayons have exploded into a kaleidoscope of colors, with boxes boasting dozens, even hundreds of shades, each with a whimsical name and a perfectly paper-wrapped body. And before we melt down the process, don't forget to color outside the lines with that like button. Scribble on that subscribe and tap the notification bell like you just found your favorite color, so you never miss a single shade of how the everyday becomes extraordinary. Let's head to the factory floor. It all starts with paraffin wax, a soft, colorless solid derived from petroleum. The wax is delivered in large slabs or pellets and loaded into heated tanks, where it's melted down to a thick, clear liquid. Depending on the manufacturer, other ingredients like stearic acid, often derived from palm or soybean oil, may be added to give the crayon its signature firmness and smoother glide. Next comes the color. Non-toxic powdered pigments, everything from bold reds and blues to pastel pinks and neon greens, are added to the melted wax in precise amounts. The mixture is stirred continuously to ensure the pigment disperses evenly, creating a smooth, uniform color. Once the wax is fully blended, it's poured into molds, typically long metal trays lined with hundreds of crayon-shaped cavities. A cooling system quickly hardens the crayons, locking in the shape and color. After a few minutes, the newly formed crayons are popped out, inspected, and sorted. Next, each crayon is wrapped in a paper label, which not only displays the color's name, but also protects little fingers from waxy residue. Modern wrapping machines can label hundreds of crayons per minute, spinning and gluing the papers with machine-level precision. From there, the crayons are grouped by color and packaged. Whether it's an iconic 8-pack, a rainbow 64 count with a built-in sharpener, or a classroom-sized bulk box, quality control ensures the colors match the standards, the shapes are smooth, and the wrappers are perfectly aligned. And crayons are evolving too. In recent years, companies have developed washable crayons for easier cleanup, twistable crayons that don't need sharpening, and even recycled or soy-based wax crayons as an eco-friendly alternative to paraffin. The industry is getting more inclusive as well, with skin-tone crayon collections celebrating a wider spectrum of human diversity. So the next time you pick up a crayon, you're not just holding wax and pigment. You're holding over 100 years of creativity, chemistry, and childhood joy. From molten wax to paper-wrapped perfection, Crayons are a colorful combination of science and imagination, made to inspire artists of all ages, one stroke at a time.